Welcome back everyone to another ESCC Kids Online. Things seem a little bit blocky today, don't you think? Today is our last episode on the Fruit of the Spirit series, so I thought I'd ask a few friends to come and tell us what they remembered. So Rebecca, tell us about love.
Love is my dog. I love my dog. But also love is patient, you don't get angry quickly. You wait for that other person and you don't get jealous of what that other person has, and you accept what you have. And it's not proud, it's not full of itself, it's not arrogant or anything. It's not rude, and you don't get upset with that person so quickly, and you're just nice to them, It's not selfish or angry, and it doesn't enjoy doing the things that are hurtful and wrong. And yeah.
So Aaron, tell me about joy.
Well, joy does not come from the things that happen to us. Joy is like happiness deep inside us, because we know that God is a good God and that He is with us no matter what happens.
So Danae, what is peace?
We learned that God's peace is so great that it is difficult to understand, but we don't have to understand it to have it. So, even when our lives get difficult, we can relax knowing that Jesus is in control and that He will sort everything out.
Where did Richard go? He's supposed to tell us about patience.
What's up?
Richard! So can you tell us a bit about patience?
Patience with things is important. Patience with people is even more important. Patience is when we wait and can stay calm on the inside with a good attitude.
Whee! Rebecca, what does it mean to have kindness?
To be kind, it means to treat the other people the way you want to be treated, and to make them feel good and happy. Being kind to someone means putting their needs above your own.
Danae, can you tell us about goodness?
Goodness attracts people to God. When we are good to people, especially when they don't deserve it, they are pulled towards God. Goodness is when we use all the fruit of the Spirit to do the right thing. It is doing the things that God will do for us, for others.
Richard, what does it mean to be faithful?
We say that someone is faithful if we know that we can trust them to do what they say they will do, no matter what. We can say someone is faithful if we know that they will never give up on us, and we can depend on them.
Aaron, what does it mean to be gentle?
Being gentle means having a lot of power, but being able to use it in a way that helps others.
And today we're going to be talking about self-control. Oh my goodness, a kitty cat, we have to tame them. Like I was saying, we're going to be talking about self-control.
But, Justin, what does having self-control mean?
Well, self-control means when you stop yourself from doing something that you really want to do.
Like taming a million cats.
Exactly, yeah, like taming millions and millions of cats. Looks like I need to work on my self-control.
A few moments later.
No, don't light the cheese!
No! You know what, guys? We've been here for quite a while, and I know we really want to continue to play, but I think it's time we take a break. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's work on our
Hold on,
self-control
yeah.
and take a break from video games.
Now that's what I call having self-control. Welcome back to reality, guys. So who of you have ever played the silent game? You know, where you gotta keep completely silent? Anybody who talks is out. I've thrown a little twist to it though. Anybody who smiles or laughs is also out. Let's try and play this game together. The first one in your family to talk is out. Let's go.
Look into my eyes. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brown eyes. Brown or black eyes. Brown eyes. Oh, Annabelle, I see you smiling there. I see you smiling. Kyle, you're looking very serious. Are you sure I don't see a grin on your face? Joshua, what's that on your ceiling? Oh my goodness.
The smile!
You guys spoke. You're not supposed to speak. You guys are out as well. Oh, Marcy, Jaden, you guys are doing good. Julie, did you freeze your camera? I don't even see you blinking. Can you guys do this? Why aren't you laughing? Danielle, why do you have a cowboy hat on your wall? Why? Are you a cowgirl? I can see you smiling. Don't look away from me. I'm talking to you. Danielle, answer me.
Well, that was fun. I hope you guys at home did a much better job than I did. Who of you found it quite difficult to keep quiet? You know, every time you wanted to say something, you had to stop yourself. Or if you wanted to laugh, you had to stop. Or, you know, I know that Danielle, when I commented on the hat on the wall, I said, oh, that's a cool cowboy hat. It actually wasn't a cowboy hat. And I could see she really wanted to tell me. And I know that for some of you who really like to talk, that must have been a really difficult game to play. But like we said earlier, self-control is when you stop yourself from doing something that you really, really, really want to do. You're able to control yourself to not do the thing that you want to do. That is self-control. And self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. Let's take a look at a Bible story where a group of friends really had to test their self-control.
In 605 BC, Babylon destroyed the city of Jerusalem. They stole the treasures in God's temple. They captured all of the best young men to be trained to serve the most powerful man in the world, mighty King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon.
Bring only strong, healthy, good-looking young men. Train them in our language and literature. Serve them food from my kitchen. They must become one of us.
Yes, Your Majesty. In 3 years they will be ready to enter the royal service. You have my word.
4 young men from the tribe of Judah were chosen: Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. What's gonna happen to us?
I don't know, but whatever happens, we must stay true to God.
Yes, my parents didn't raise me to sell out and do what everyone else does. What do you think, Daniel?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I know it's against God's laws to eat the foods they serve here in Babylon. They offer their meats to idols. They don't prepare their foods in a way that God's law says is clean. They may want me to be fit for the king's service, but I want to be fit to serve my God.
That's right, Daniel. I'm in.
This will remind us at every meal to stay true to our faith in God.
But what will we tell the boss?
I'll go talk to him.
Daniel, how can I help you?
Sir, I need a favor. You see, the foods you serve here are not acceptable to my God. My friends and I would like permission not to eat the food you serve us.
You're one of my favorites already, but I'm afraid of the king. He ordered you to eat from our kitchen. If you grow thin and weak, the king will have my head.
Can we try a test? For 10 days, serve us only vegetables and water. That would be acceptable to God's laws. Then compare us to those who eat the king's food. Decide based on what you see then.
Very well. I'll tell the cook to serve you vegetables and water.
For 10 days, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego ate only vegetables and water. They refused to eat any of the tempting, rich, delicious foods from Babylon.
You 4 look even better than the other guys. You may keep eating your way as long as you like.
Thank you, sir. But it's not my way. It's God's way. God will honor us for obeying His commands.
And God did honor them. In their 3 years of training, they continued to refuse the king's foods. God gave them an unusual ability to learn, and they were the best in every class.
No one impresses me like you four. When I need advice or wisdom for important decisions, I want you at my side. You're 10 times better than any men in the entire kingdom.
Who of you would choose a carrot rather than a donut or a lollipop over lettuce? Not many people would. But Daniel and his friends knew that eating the king's food would be against God's law. Even though, the king's food looked and smelled probably delicious, they chose to eat vegetables. Having self-control means that you can't do what you want to do when you want to do it. You have to be able to say no to yourself and to tell yourself to wait. When do you guys find it hard to say no to yourself? I know for me, I find it no, especially when I want something. Especially when it comes to food. When my mother says, Justin, would you like to have McDonald's for supper? Before she's even finished the sentence, I'm like, yes, McDonald's, I want it, let's do it. Even though I know it's not that healthy. When do you find it hard to wait? A few examples would be waiting for your turn to speak, waiting, for your turn for something. In an argument, when you just really want to get your point across. Or, when your mom tells you, no, you cannot have that chocolate now, you can only have it after supper. You know what the great news is, guys? The great news is that self-control is a fruit of the Spirit. Which means that you don't have to do it all by yourself. God's with you every step of the way. All you need to do is stop and ask Him. Hello children, it's me, Dr. Justikov, and I have a question for Shu. Who of you have ever shaken the fizzy bottle of the cool drink and then opened it? Let's try and see what happens. Are you ready, children? Let's see what happens. Woo! Woo! Woo, children! Oh, what a big mess that made. Just as well I'm doing this outside and not in the home. You know what, children? This exploding drink makes me think about what happens when I don't have the self-control. You know what, children? Life isn't perfect. People make mistakes, things go wrong. People upset you. Life isn't always fair. God wants us to practice His self-control because it actually protects us and those around us. Children, I want you to think about things in your life where you might need to practice self-control. You want to maybe tell your mom or your dad something, but they won't give you a chance to talk. You start to feel irritated on the inside and it feels as though you're never going to get a chance to talk. That is exactly when you need to practice your self-control. If you interrupt, you might get into trouble, or you might get really mad and then say something to your parents like, you never listen to me, or say something even worse, and then you're going to make everybody sad and mad. It will just make a mess, just like this exploding cool drink did. Whatever is making you feel all shaken up, you need to practice self-control. If you're struggling, ask God to help you. Woo. Goodbye, children. Oh. Practice self-control. Your challenge for this week is to try and throw a piece of food in the air and then catch it with your mouth. I totally got it in my mouth without cheating. Ask your family to help you and then send that recording to Zendre by Sunday, 10 a.m. and then we will announce the winner in the Zoom call. Bye guys, see you in the Zoom.
My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God